guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a full face of new products. A lot of these products I actually have already been playing around with, so I kind of already have like a first impressions, but some of these products I haven't tried yet, so we're gonna test them out. Majority of them are drugstore, and there's only like 2 or 3 items that aren't drugstore. I don't want to talk too much, and I just really want to go ahead and start playing with these items, so let's go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna go in with this NYX Bear With Me Prime and Setting Spray. So you can prime and set with this. So I'm gonna use this to prime my face first. I've already kind of used this and it smells really nice and feels really good on the skin. For priming, I feel like it doesn't really do anything, but for setting, I think it makes my makeup look really nice. That's really refreshing. The mist on this is really fine. Next, we're gonna go in with this Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. So I bought this because one of my favorite YouTubers, Juicy Jazz, recommended it. It's supposed to grip, plump, and moisturize your face. Supposedly this is like a dupe for the Milk Grip Primer, which I've never tried, but I've always wanted to. So let's go ahead and try this. It's like very jelly and feels very cooling. Hopefully it's really cooling on the skin as well. I like stuff that feels cooling on the skin because my face tends to feel really hot a lot of the times. Oh yeah, this definitely feels really hydrating. It's like a really nice cooling gel. Just a little bit more. If you like grippy, tacky primers and also cooling, hydrating ones, this is like perfect for you. I think for me, it feels really nice so far. And the tackiness is not crazy. It feels like perfectly tacky. Next, we're gonna be trying this NYX Born to Glow foundation. I got this in the shade Medium Olive. So I wanted to get a new foundation that was like really dewy because I do have a photo shoot coming up. So I wanted to try a new foundation. And this does have like a lot of good reviews for people with like dry skin, which is me. So I really wanted to try this, but the bottle's really small and it retails for like 10 bucks, which I just don't think is worth it, like especially for how small the bottle is. But it was on sale, so I decided to finally get it. I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. face sponge that I see so many YouTubers raving about, but from what I can see, the pores are really big and it feels soft, but it just doesn't feel like a good quality sponge. I don't know, I'm like really picky about my sponges. The only one I really like using is the Real Techniques sponge for foundation. I love my e.l.f. concealer sponge, but this one, the pores are just so big, so I don't know. This looks really light. I thought it was gonna be a lot darker. Hopefully it matches well. Now I'm just going in with the e.l.f. face sponge. I think this is a pretty good match. Yeah. Okay, first impressions. I think this foundation is really pretty. It gave me a good amount of coverage and it doesn't look or feel cakey at all. I feel like I have nothing on my skin, but looking in the camera, it gave me really good coverage and my skin looks very skin-like still. So I love that. This is really good foundation so far. As for the sponge, I don't know if you guys can see, but the pores are just so big. I feel like all this sponge does is like, yes, it just spreads the product, but it doesn't really do anything for my foundation and skin. Whereas my Real Techniques one, sorry, it's dirty. I feel like every time I use my Real Techniques sponge, it makes my foundation look really like airbrushed and smooth. So I don't know, I think these like retail for like the same price. This is like $5. I believe this is like $4.99 or like $5.99. I would just stick with the Real Technique sponge. It feels really cheap. I don't know. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. This does have hyaluronic acid in it, so it's supposed to like make your skin super hydrated, which is what I need, especially for under my eyes. So I'm excited to try out this concealer. Ooh, that's really light. Maybe I should have just used a little bit since it's so light. I don't want to look like a ghost. I'm just gonna go in with that e.l.f. sponge again and blend this out and see how it looks like. Yeah, it's way too light for me. But I mean, it's blending really nicely and it looks pretty on my skin. It is super creamy when I was applying it. Okay, after blending it out, it does look a little bit better, not so light. I think it blended into my skin really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see, but my face I feel like looks really skin-like. I think the primer and the foundation and this concealer all are working really well together, so that's good. My skin looks very even, smooth, and still luminous, but not like overly dewy. Now I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I know a lot of people like this is like a staple for them, and this has been around for like a long time. I've been wanting to buy this for like 5 years now, but then like every time I go into Sephora, it's always sold out. But the one time I went in unexpectedly, they had it, so I finally bought it. I just never cared to order it online, I guess, but now I have it and I'm really excited to try it out. So for under the eyes, I think I'm gonna go in with this yellow one right here and just set where I put my concealer. That is really pretty. Coming from someone who doesn't like setting their face with powders and doesn't like setting powders like at all because it makes me look really cakey and powdery and dry, this doesn't do that at all. It actually made me look very airbrushed with keeping my skin still looking skin-like. That's really pretty. I'm really impressed with this. Usually when I set underneath my eyes tend to look really dry and powdery, and I don't like that, but this did not do that. It made me look really natural. For blush, I'm going to go in with this Colourpop blush stick. This is in the shade Aloha. So I've already been playing with this and I really like this. I love the color and I love the formula. It's super creamy. A lot of like stick products like this I find to be super drying, but these are really creamy. So they blend out really nicely and they feel really nice on the skin and look really nice on the skin. So this is what the color Aloha looks like. These are like really buildable too, so I like that. Put a little bit on my nose. So this blush is super natural looking too, which is why I also like it. So this is great to wear without foundation and everything too, if you just want to apply on blush really quickly. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Benefit Foolproof brow powder. This is what it looks like. I got this in the shade 5. So I'm just going to use this darker side to fill in my brows and then use this lighter one to fill in the beginning to give me a really natural look. Alright, so this is what my eyebrows look like using the Benefit Foolproof brow powder. I love it. I think it makes my eyebrows look really natural. The powder's a really nice like color. I like how it's cool toned and it matches my hair perfectly. The powder is really easy to control. I know a lot of powders are too pigmented and then your brows just end up looking really dark, but I like the soft brow powder look, so this gives me that. So I think this is a really nice product. I also like how it comes with 2 shades. That way you can make like the front of your brow lighter and more natural looking. Next I'm gonna go in with this Milani Weekend Brow Marker Brow Pencil. I don't know, but it's supposed to create like hair-like strokes. And since I'm like growing out my eyebrows, I'm very sparse in some areas. So I heard you have to be really light-handed with this, so hopefully this gives me really nice fake hairs. Do you guys see that? It created like the cutest little thinnest tiny hairs. So now it looks like I actually have hair there than just powder. Wow, I really like this product already. Okay, so right here it gave me really nice hair-like strokes, so it looks like I have hair there now rather than just powder. So I'm really impressed by that marker pen. The thought of it was really scary, like a marker on your eyebrows, but I really like how that looks. It looks really natural. Now I'm just gonna set that in place with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I got this in Brunette because on the packaging it looked a lot darker, but it's like straight up brown, so. But it's okay because I don't like my brows looking really dark anyways. So this is what my brows look like. I think they look really pretty and natural and light and not too drawn in. So I like all the brow products I used. They look, all together it looks really good. For eyes, I'm gonna go in with this new Tarte palette that I bought. This is the Tartelette in Bloom. It's not a new palette, but it is new to me. I've actually had my eye on this for a while. I finally bought it because it was on sale at Ulta for like 50% off. So I'm really happy I got it for that cheap. So this is what it looks like. Super cute packaging. Feels like really luxurious. I love that. And then inside has a giant mirror there. And then here are the shades. These shades are like perfect for me because they come with like really pretty gold shimmers and then neutral colors over here and then a little bit of warm tone over here. So I was like, this palette is like perfect for me. I have to have it. I typically buy a lot of warm toned palettes, like a lot of orange and like red and brown tone palettes, but then like I was like, I don't really even use orange eyeshadow that much. I always just end up using like the brown. And as of right now, my favorite palette is this Morphe 9T Artistry palette. It's very like neutral. I used to reach for this one all the time. This is my Just Peachy Too Faced palette, and this one is like super warm toned and has like pinks and peaches, which I like, but I didn't really find myself using many of these besides just like the browns. So that's why I got this more neutral palette. And so I feel like this Tarte palette is also like another neutral palette, not super warm toned, more on like the neutral side. So that's why I really wanted to invest in this palette. I've just come to realize that I need to stop buying super warm toned palettes and need to start buying more neutral palettes like this, because this is typically what I found to have actually liked on my eyes more. So another neutral palette to add to the collection. These shades are all so pretty, but to start off, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Smarty Pants, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lid as like a transition color. So yeah, that just gave me like a really pretty neutral brown rather than a really warm tone brown. So I like this look a lot more than like the super warm tone browns that I usually use like all over my lid. So this is really pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's a little darker, more cool tone brown called Jet Setter. And then I'm just gonna put this on the outer part of my eye and blend it out. Just to kind of give my eyes like some dimension. Now I'm gonna go in with this one right here. This is called Funny Girl, and just pack this on the lid. I don't care for shimmers to be too blinding and brightening. Like, I just want the smallest amount of shimmer on my eyes when I do use shimmer shadows. So I'm not gonna use too much. Just a little bit on the inner part, and then I'm not gonna go over the brown that I put there earlier. Just like that. So lately I've been loving eyeshadow liner, so I'm gonna go in with this dark brown right here and just create a really natural eyeliner using a small angled brush. I'm just creating a really natural liner. So I like to blend out the top of the liner just to make it look natural, like that. Alright, so that's the eye look done. It's really pretty and neutral and natural, and I'm loving the eyeshadow eyeliner. It just always makes me look so much more put together, but in a natural way, because I'm not the biggest fan of like ink eyeliner. So really happy with this. I love how the colors turned out. I love the pigmentation, and I love all the shades. If you're like me and you're into very neutral palettes, this is the perfect palette for you. So it just creates really pretty everyday looks. So I really like this. We'll probably be using this a lot. Alright, now that the whole face is done, let's go ahead and set with the NYX setting spray that we used earlier. It smells so good every time and feels so good on the skin. So yeah, like I said earlier, I feel like this does make my makeup look really natural and pretty and keeps it on all day, and also keeps my skin hydrated. So I really like this. Recommend this. So I don't have a new mascara, so I'm just gonna go with my Glossier Lash Slick. This is my favorite. Now for lips, I have a new lip liner. This is the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Day Auto Liner in the shade Keepin' It Spicy. And then this Colourpop So Juicy Lip Gloss in the shade She's Here. So I am obsessed with lip glosses, as you guys know. I'm just not like a liquid lipstick or matte type of girl. I just love lipsticks or lip glosses. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips with the lip liner and then put the lip gloss on top and see how that looks. Oh, this color is really pretty. This is really creamy, so I like that. This is a really pretty color, and I love the formula. It goes on so creamy and so easily. And if you don't like pencil ones, this is a retractable one. So right here. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I love this. This was only like $3, which is really good. So I'm probably gonna go back and buy some more. But wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, I love LA Girl products. They never disappoint. So I'm not that shocked, but I'm just shocked by how creamy and how great it applied. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the So Juicy lip gloss by Colourpop. This is what it looks like. I'm not the biggest fan of these kinds of applicators, but I just feel like you can't control how much you put on. So the lip gloss is really pretty. The shine is really pretty. I really like that. This is a lip plumping gloss, so it does have like a tingling sensation, but it does go away. I know most lip plumping lip glosses, the tingling sensation don't go away. They do go away, so don't be too scared by it if this like starts burning. Yeah, this is a really pretty lip gloss. I kind of want to see what it looks like on its own, so I'm actually gonna wipe this off and apply it again because I want to see what this color looks like. Okay, so now I have nothing on my lips, so let's go ahead and try the lip gloss. So the color is really sheer. It almost just looks like clear, but I mean, like I've said before, like my lip color is the exact same color as my skin, so my lips have like no color in them at all. So this does just give me like a really natural pink tint to it, which I really like. I honestly thought this was gonna be more pigmented, but I mean, it's still pretty. It gives me like a glossy your lip but better kind of look, so I'm really happy with this. As for the feel of the lip gloss, it doesn't feel too sticky. I've had lip glosses that are like worse and really sticky, so it feels comfortable on the lips and it actually feels kind of hydrating, so that's good. And I think I prefer this look without the lip liner, so I'm gonna keep it like this. It's a lot more natural looking with just the gloss. Alright guys, so that was my full face of first impressions and just like a little mini review. I honestly loved all of these products. The only thing that I didn't really care for was the e.l.f. face sponge. Was really disappointed in this just because so many YouTubers talk about it and it just was nothing special. I think my makeup looks really natural and skin-like and pretty, which is exactly what I want it to look like. So if you want products that give you like a really natural finish and just a minimal effortless makeup look, I recommend all these products. Anyways, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.